All right. I think I made it work. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to the wonderful world of Winding Tree Community Call, March edition of 2022. Hold on, I'm gonna open all the chats and everything. You know, all the usual stuff. Okay, how do I? Yeah, and maybe disable all sorts of different. Anyway. Yeah, guys, so as some of you have already noticed, my beard is getting a little longer, and really the situation in the world right now is not very nice for, taking care of your beard and other types of facial hair. So that's why. Very, what is the word that I'm looking for? Unkempt, right? Is that the word? I don't know. I can't English tonight. Let me click the linky link with all the questions. So, guys, of course, hey, serious stuff first, right? Absolute madness is happening in the world right now, and from the Winding Tree Twitter, from my personal Twitter, that we condemned that insanity that's happening, the aggression from Russia that's happening in Ukraine, because I have friends in Ukraine, colleagues in Ukraine, just acquaintances, and just in general amazing people. And whenever I went to Ukraine, every time, it's just amazing experience. So yeah, when all of this is over, and hopefully it's going to be soon, I definitely recommend anyone going there and checking out. People are super nice. Yeah, I love Ukraine. So, and right now I'm actually helping some of our colleagues to flee. There's no other word to the west, and it's been a bit stressful. What can I say? But good news is that so far everyone's safe and healthy. Everything's good. And Winding Tree, as much as we can, we're supporting our people regardless, actually, of their nationality or the country that they live in. And we have people all over the place, as you know. So yeah, maybe next week I will get a trim. But for now, you have to deal with this. Okay, so deal with it. Anyway, I'm gonna click on the link with the questions. And Spencer has changed the format last time. And as you know, I was taking a vacation a few weeks ago, and I spent most of it coding the new smart contracts. Some of you have noticed them on the Winding Tree GitHub page. So if you haven't, check it out. We're going to be releasing some more stuff, and I'm still, as you know, I'm a coder by background. I'm a programmer, so I actually enjoyed doing that. And did a bit of snowboarding. And if you're a snowboarder, please do send a, Telegram hi or comment here on YouTube. If you're a skier, just don't even bother. All right, so yeah, that's how it is. My stream, my rules. Anyhow, good things are coming up, and but yeah, again, hopefully all of this madness is going to end soon, which I am not very hopeful, but fingers crossed. We'll see how that's gonna go. So anyway, last time Spencer changed the format a little bit, and he explained to me after that I only had to answer like 10 questions, but I just kept going while it was very, very hard. I'm still dealing with COVID aftermath, I guess. Still have like a little bit of cough and stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys who had it, if you feel the same after COVID, but there's still some, like, I'm not feeling 100%. I mean, like, it's 96%, I would say, but not 100. But we'll see. Yeah, it was hard last time, but I kept going, and then Spencer texted me. He's like, we only promised to do 10 questions, and that's about it. But I just kept going. So anyway, today I actually wanted to talk a little bit about our plans first before I answer the questions. Last time I sort of mentioned a new energy, new approach. Like this year has started on a very, very positive note, very positive energy, and that's been going strong despite, again, all the craziness, and well, some of the people from Ukraine, and we have a few developers in Ukraine, and again, not just developers, but all sorts of people. Yeah, those people continued working on smart contracts, on applications and everything, and it's just huge kudos to the whole of the Ukrainian nation right now, and yeah, especially to our people, of course, to Kostya, who is like through the weekend being sick, I don't know, with the flu or something like that. He's like, no, I'm gonna keep working. Well, I guess some people are dealing with stress like that, right? And yeah, so how do you deal with stress, you guys? Do you work? Do you do all sorts of other things, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, so plans are for this year. Well, I guess for the next 2 months. I guess I will post a Notion link with a list of events that we're hoping to get into this year, but not in the, I don't know, capacity of a speaker or attendee. Well, those kind of go without saying. As you know, guys, we were planning a collaboration with DEF CON last time. Check it out, the link over here, and on Telegram. Where is it? So this is a list of events that we want to work with this time around, and again, we were trying to do that a couple of years ago, right before COVID started, and of course DEF CON was postponed for 2 consecutive years, and we couldn't do anything like that. But this year, there's a lot of stuff going on, and again, on Winding Tree GitHub, you may have noticed the repository that's called Ethereum Smart Contracts, and Ethereum is starting in just a couple of days, and maybe we're a little bit too optimistic on creating the application for that, but we already have some connections, some contacts, and again, some things are working out, some things are not quite working out, but that's fine. So we have a list of events that we will be collaborating with and providing accommodation to attendees of those conferences. And basically the idea is that Glider, Glider, that's a tool for booking hotel rooms or B&Bs or any type of accommodation. And that's what it's called stays, right? So we have a smart contract already that's, it's work in progress still. We have to port the apps from the Glider and Rooms app, which is basically, Rooms is an application for accommodation providers where they would go to and they say, hey, I have a hotel, or I have a room, or I have an apartment, or something like that, right? And then Glider is the place where people book stuff, right? So you go to a web page and yeah, see, like, I don't know, like a list of hotels, and you'll be able to book stuff, and all of that is going to be happening on chain, using crypto, and yeah. So that's a new vision. That's a new direction, which we should have done, I guess, a long time ago, but we couldn't, again, because of COVID and all of that craziness. And there's new craziness now on our hands. So, okay, life is never easy, right? So, just again, Max, deal with it. What else? Yeah. Let's look at the questions, I guess. And as usual, guys, feel free to try and ask questions on YouTube and Telegram, or whichever the channel you have. So let's see what's going on with the questions here. The top question only had like 14 likes. Last time it was like 27 or something. Guys, stop slacking off. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention that with all of those events, we gonna need a lot of help. And if you are in one of those cities, or you know someone in one of those cities, or you know maybe some accommodation provider persons, then you should talk to us. Absolutely should talk to us. Okay, I promised to turn off this messenger thing, but I didn't. Got distracted, and also my power was not working. Right. Better. Yeah, by the way, I'm at the hotel in Madrid where I'm gonna be meeting with Pedro tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a while, and some of you may know that Pedro, he used to live in Kiev for a long time, and he had to flee, unfortunately, a few weeks ago. He called it, and he got lucky, I guess. But anyway, it's gonna be good to reconnect finally after a few months, I guess, and figure some things out. So this week is going to be insanely productive. So, okay, here we go. Question number 1 from Anonymous, which I respect. That's cool. Being anonymous is one of the rights that you should have on the interwebs, for sure. What Winding Tree will do to make the token more central on the platform is, instead of a nice to have token. Oh, guys. Where do I start? I don't know, where do I start, really? Should we, again, put it on a piece of paper, white paper-ish, and share it instead of just me mumbling here? But basically the idea, and I think I talked about it last time, but basically the idea is that I'm going to paint a picture for you, okay? So right now we're working on smart contract for accommodation bookings for, let's say, Rio or Amsterdam or something, right? And or Paris or any other city. And so hotels go to that specific contract, right? The contract is specific to a city. It's not like an all, and one smart contract to rule them all. No. So smart contract specific to that city, and accommodation providers can register their properties on there, and then people would just be on a website looking for accommodation, let's say in Amsterdam or whatever, and they will be, at that point in time, they will be talking to this one specific smart contract, which theoretically, in the next iteration, will be owned and controlled by the community of accommodation providers in that area. So basically, it will be controlled by the users, by the Yeah. Why not the users? Not all the users. It's gonna be accommodation providers and travelers as well. But anyway, imagine a whole bunch of smart contracts like that in different cities and whatnot, and they will all have to comply with just the ask that we're asking of those smart contracts. I mean, it's open source. First of all, of course, if you wanted to take the source code of that smart contract, you can take it, you can deploy it in your city, you can change all the parameters. But we're saying, hey, if you keep this one parameter, which would basically control the percentage of the amount of the booking of the reservation, that will go to the Winding Tree DAO, right? And DAO in return for that amount, let's say I've been talking, and as you know, I've been in the travel industry for a long time. I've been calling it the 1% OTA instead of 18% or 20% or 30% that Booking.com and Expedia is taking these days, or Airbnb. By the way, kudos to Airbnb for supporting Ukraine the way they do right now. I mean, as much as I hate centralization and stuff, okay, this time around, fine. Anyhow, so a very, very small percentage of the amount of the reservation is going to go to the Winding Tree DAO treasury. All right, and in return, the DAO treasury, which is a smart contract, of course, but not just a more complicated smart contract, is going to, controversial thing right now, mint some new Lift tokens. And those Lift tokens are going to be basically the loyalty of this whole thing, right? It's going to be the thing that's going to be tying everyone together. So we reward the traveler and the provider of that accommodation for the fact of traveling. And actually, the logic could be more complicated than just that. We could mint those tokens after the traveler leaves a review, let's say, right? Because that information is insanely valuable, very, very valuable, so valuable that companies like TripAdvisor they charge the price tag for accessing their APIs like $10,000 a month or some crazy amount like that. So very, very valuable information, and we reward the user with the token. And again, in return, accommodation providers and other providers of any services and goods and whatever related to travel could say, hey, I accept Liv, and I will provide certain service in return. So anyway, so this is brainstorming. I'm really this is raw stuff. So, but I'm going to be really, really interested in what you think. So again, comment on YouTube, comment on Telegram, and I know this is like a change of mechanics, which of course we'll have to confirm with the community and see what you guys are thinking about that, and we're gonna have a snapshot vote and all sorts of crazy things around that. So anyway, Anonymous, hopefully I'm answering your question with my banter. Anyway, so that question is done. When is the L2 solution ready? Marcus is asking. Look, Marcus, what are you talking about? Which L2 solution? Come on, be more specific. We can deploy any of our smart contracts on L2 chains, and OrgID, as you may or may not know, is already on L2 testnets on several of them, so go check them out. So that's an easy question. Second most popular. Nabil, I know I've just butchered your name again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just my mind is, I don't know. So Nabil is asking about the disconnect in terms of winding tree using noses for experiments, and Simmered specifically, I think you talked to Matthew probably, they are pushing for ZK Sync. You know, I'm a big fan of ZK Sync as well. Noses is available right now. ZK Sync is just a testnet for now, but I do want to deploy this new smart contracts, the E3.0 and all of those other things on ZK Sync as well. So there is no disconnect, really. We're all just experimenting, like doing things. So yeah, that's it. Next question from Anonymous. Some community members suggested a Meta Live platform. Are you aware of this? I have no idea. No clue. What is Meta Live what is it? Can you just point me in Telegram to that message or something like that, and I will read it and I will relate to it. Nabil, such a good question. You lurk in the GitHub code a little bit too much, all right? But good job. Nabil is asking about specifically this logic that I just described about Live. So Nabil, forget about everything else. There's just Live right now, okay? Just Live. Live for the win. Repeat after me. Live is going to be going to the moon, all right? So there's a new we're gonna be pushing some new code, Nabil, so gonna have to check it out. Anonymous is asking, what about the exchange listing people talked about blah 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 a long time ago? Guys, so many times, like we've talked about this. All right, so we're gonna have some real mechanic before we push for any centralized exchange right now, right? And we have, and actually, you know, it is my fault, really. I should have posted. Oh my god, clicking on wrong things. I'm glad you don't see this. No, it's nothing too crazy, really. I'm gonna find that file right now, and just give me a second. Yes, please. All right, so check it out, guys. You have to check out this file. Well, I'm posting it on Telegram, so I don't know, people on YouTube, if you're not on Telegram just yet. Oh yes, Lorenzo. I forgot about the name of the MetaLive. I checked it out. Yes, I remember this. You know, maybe, Lorenzo, maybe we should have like a separate session and go through this thing just once again. First you and I, and then maybe discuss it in public. So how about this? Does that sound good? Let's do it. Well, Lorenzo, Telegram, just communicate, man, communicate. Okay, so exchanges, check out the stuff that I'm putting over here. Jesus, what about the spammers? Oh my god. Ban him, ban this guy. Such an interesting question from Anonymous. What is the outcome of thinking about your leadership capabilities? Think about it every day, you guys. How do you make how you make sure your team and community is behind you, following you if you turn around? So I'm not sure I quite understand this last part. Let's put it for a vote. If you guys are not behind our philosophy of decentralized bookings and whatnot, and it's a vote of confidence, all right? So if you have a problem with me, let's do it. Just you and I, one-on-one, coming over, and we'll talk like a man, and I don't know, whoever you identify as. Let's do it. Not quite sure. Sorry, guys. I'm just joking a little bit too much tonight. It's such a deep philosophical question. Like, what do you think about your leadership qualities? Of course, I can improve. I think I'm okay for now, but if you guys think otherwise, just let me know. All right? I'm for real right now. Okay, Nabil again. Can you give some, anyway, the details on the recent GitHub updates? There is no point, actually. Like, it's either you monitor, scratch that. So actually, I've already given an update on what's happening in the GitHub repositories right now, and the plan of, in terms of collaborating with all of those different events. And it's quite a bit of work going on there. Unfortunately, some of our devs, as you know, are in a very, very precarious situation right now. So not all of them are available, but we're doing our best to extract them. And again, it's not just a guy, it's like people are traveling with families and stuff, so crazy situation, but there's going to be more activity there, that I can promise. Yes, we're going to be also deleting some of the repositories. I just literally completed that tonight. I was behind this. Like, we're connecting all of those things into a mono repo, so it's gonna be updated very soon. So Nabil, but kudos for staying up to date on all of those GitHub things. And how about you get some, room on this channel and give us an update about what's happening on GitHub. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think we should do it. Next question, the EY partnership. EY partnership. Yeah, what's the latest and greatest about EY partnerships? Hey, it's going good. It's going good. They don't quite use the Lyft token itself, but they use the underlying tech that we created, which is the org ID, which is super duper cool. Yeah. By the way, guys, we need someone to help us. For org ID to apply for all sorts of different grants that EU has for decentralized identity and self-sovereign identity. So again, if you're available or if you know someone, actually we need a lot of help these days, guys. So yeah, we need account managers, we need a person who's going to take care of the grants for org ID, we need people helping us with like onboarding hotels onto this on-chain a platform. Again, the new on-chain booking thing, gamification designers, maybe illustrators, because a lot of new things are coming. And so yeah, if you know people, please do refer them to me. And yeah, we already work with a few of you, so it's absolutely amazing. Thank you, guys. Sador is asking, which travel industry meetings will you attend this year? I've seen you trying to go to a bunch of crypto conferences, but not travel. So, Sador, if you were listening to the previous AMA, I was talking about how, like, travel industry is not very, they don't look very favorably still. It's getting better, but they still are not understanding what's happening. And really, travel industry meetings are, most of the time, it's just a waste of time and money. So that's why we are not planning to join a lot of travel events these days. But if you have a suggestion, and if you think we should go to one of those events, please do. Again, Telegram is available. Thank you. So guys, I see that there are some really a ton of questions. Niels is asking, by the way, guys, we're hiring a chief marketing officer. We need someone who's really amazing in terms of building a brand. Yeah, can you help us out, man? Yeah, I'm looking at the other questions. And they sort of look the same. There's one interesting one about why we are concerned with L2s before going on centralized exchanges, and guys, to save you ether, to save you gas, because if we go to centralized exchange right now and then we go onto an L2, and we're gonna have to tell you again, oh guys, you have to port your token to an L2 now. And it's just going to be absolutely mind-boggling for many of you if we ask you, like, oh, go to this new application and change it to a new Leaf number 3 token. No, just scratch that. So we actually figured out. And check out the Telegram, the white paper over there. But some details about how things could be done, and that's why we're concentrating on L2 or CEXs right now. So anyhow, Spencer is telling me I've answered more than 10 questions already, and I can go and rest. How lovely. Guys, more questions, more suggestions. I wanted to talk to you guys about Telegram and Discord and whatnot. How I enjoying Discord. I think I joined a one too many DAOs on Discord, and it's just, that thing is just non-stop beeping and making all sorts of noises, and yeah, anyway. But I think with what we have up and coming, maybe Discord is good. Oh my god, now it's downloading some sort of update. You just want to launch an application and it's like, oh, let me install all the updates for you. Anyhow, guys, lovely talking to you. Well, it was just me who was talking, of course, but still, it was lovely. It was lovely to have all those questions and see that community is going strong. But please, if you have ideas about, okay, now Discord is asking me for all my login details again. What the? Kristen, okay, last question. Before, and that was, mind you, that was like 2 years ago, we wanted to go to ITB Berlin. No, I don't think it's worth anything actually going to ITB. Screw those guys. Whatever. They know nothing. They really they keep talking about stuff. It's so annoying. Like I go to those calls and meetings and whatever, and it's just talking, and all we need to do is do things instead of just chatting, right? So, guys, if you want to help us, write me or write on Telegram or on Discord, and let's just start doing things, all right? Anyway, guys, to all the Ukrainians, just hang on there, okay? And by the way, if you need help, we have help. We have people. We have a good network everywhere, not in just Ukraine, in Turkey, in Poland, in all sorts of other countries in Europe. So really, if you need help getting out of the country, I don't know, settling somewhere in Europe, or if you know some Ukrainian friends that are struggling right now, feel free to, again, text us on Telegram, on Twitter, wherever you guys talk to people. So let's help them. It's worth it, absolutely. And anyway, on a positive note, a lot of stuff is happening, and we need a lot of help. So if you know people, also refer them to us. Good night, and thank you for coming to this March session of Winding Tree Wonderfulness. And I'm going to see you next month, alright? See you guys later. Boom.